Hi there, thanks so much for joining me today. Really looking forward to showing you our final presentation for the proposed ground floor of the new Ace Hotel in Collingwood, Melbourne. Firstly, we'll just recap on the overall mood and aesthetic that we showed you during our last meeting. The Larrikin concept is all about bringing a light-hearted, fun vibe to the space, and we've taken inspiration from the building's history of it once being the so-called rowdiest pub in Melbourne. We wanted to create an eclectic and relaxed yet stylish contemporary Aussie pub vibe where we bring the outdoors in and it will have a distinctively Australiana feel. There's lots of natural materials, texture, bright colours, and we've gone with the vibrant colour scheme of blue and green against red and orange. The overall space is kept light in tone, but adding those pops of colour through the furniture, accessories and artwork. The lobby will be located at the front of the building with the check-in counter running along the south wall. This counter will have a recycled corrugated metal front and in a black finish, and the countertops will be in an Australian marble called Austral Dream. Here there will be also a coffee counter for both guests and for the general public, as well as a retail space for craft, which is an enterprise in Melbourne, supporting local designers and makers. And here we'll have on display some ceramics by local ceramic artist Chris Code. To the right is an area where the luggage can be held behind, and it will have a beautiful brass coated frame to give it some interest. We have the Ross Garden pendant lights above the counter, and the feature tiles at the back of the check-in area are supplied by a local interior design company, Tiles of Ezra. On the other side of this room is a casual seating area where furniture and accessories by Jardin and Koskela will be used. They're a local furniture designer and manufacturer who use sustainable or recycled Australian hardwood timbers, and they use water-based lacquers and solvent-free powder coats, which is good for the environment. We have the vintage armchair upholstered in really Western fabric. These fabrics are actually designed by Aboriginal artists and are just stunning. The rugs are from Koskela, and we have a beautiful pendant light installation, which is actually of like ceramic leaves, hanging above, and this is also by Chris Code. We have an amazing fibre art wall hanging, which is by local fibre artist Tanya Kanat, hanging on the wall behind the sofa. And on the sideboard here, we'll have a really cool lamp by local designers Douglas and Beck. And the artwork hanging on the wall is by David Bromley, and it really does create a really awesome sort of visual impact on that void wall there. The little side tables in this area are also by a local designer and maker, and are shaped in the form of a bottle, which kind of ties in really well with this whole pub thing we've got going on. And the bean bags add to the relaxed vibe here, where people can sit back, have a coffee and do some work or some reading. And on the bookshelf to the left here, we'll have some more ceramics on display, as well as some books on design, art and culture, which anyone can sit down and anyone's free to have a read of. On the windows facing Cromwell Street, we have these beautiful relaxed look Roman blinds in a linen fabric. Moving through to the gallery space, we have an area which is used to display local artwork and can be used as a function space as well. In line with this, we have proposed these amazing timber sound systems in the form of a horn, which are also by a local maker, Alex L. The artwork on the walls is by David Bromley, who is so quintessentially Australian, and we think fits in with this concept so well. It's bright, vibrant, it's a little bit theatrical, and has a bit of mischievousness about it, which we think is really fun and just really ties in so well with our concept. There's also some paintings by Tom Gerard, who is a really interesting up-and-coming local artist, who also does a lot of street art and wall murals through Melbourne, and he has quite a strong focus on the everyday person, Australian person, and the Australian culture. In the middle here we have the quadrant sofa by Koskela, which is upholstered again in the really Western fabrics, and also a dark denim fabric as well, where people can again sit down, have a cup of coffee, or wait for their Uber, or what have you. Along the windows in this area, we have a more contemporary rattan chair with a Jardin side table, which offers more seating and a place to sit down and relax. The ceiling lighting is a permanent festoon style, which again brings the outside in feel and helps create that sort of fun vibe that we want. So now we'll show you the materials board for the lobby and the gallery area. Through the ground floor, we'll be keeping the original existing concrete as a matter of upcycling and adhering to sustainable design ethics. We'll be having a traditional Victorian and caustic tile pattern stenciled onto the concrete with a white epoxy paint to kind of like pay homage to the building's heritage and to sort of give it some more interest. The existing brickwork will be painted in Lexicon Quarter white paint by Dulux, and we'll be using a brick look tile for the rest of the walls, of which are currently plastered. Now moving on to the restaurant. So here we've tried to create a space which lends itself well to any time of the day, whether it's breakfast, lunch or dinner, or maybe just a drink late at night. We have utilised the front area with the most natural light for a more relaxed cafe feel, which is suitable for breakfast and lunch. The cargo chairs here are by local maker Project 82, and the tables, as well as the floating bar height tables along the north wall, are all custom made by a local manufacturer, and they will be done in the silver top ash, which is an Australian hardwood timber. And we'll try and use recycled timber there as well. We have some more fibre art by Tammy Canat on the wall, which creates a beautiful sort of feature, and as you walk into the restaurant, it really does just give that beautiful visual impact. And to add some more colour and to tie in with some of David Bromley's artwork, we have the hawthorn wallpaper along that wall with this beautiful bird pattern, which is designed by Jack Collie. And then we also have some wall sconces on the walls above all the tables, which are by Douglas and Beck, who are local designers and makers. The bar we've placed in the middle of the room to create some more different zones for whether you just want to have a drink or whether you want to have breakfast at the front of the room, or if you want to have lunch or dinner, or just you want to sit down and have a read, have a cup of coffee. It really does create some different zones there. Having that bar in the middle, it creates kind of like a bit of a different look, I guess, and I think it really does work. The finishes here will replicate the lobby counter, as will the host desk to the right. As you walk into the restaurant, that's where the hostess will be. And again, it sort of just ties it all in with the lobby and the rest of the ground floor space. Behind the bar, we have a fireplace with some bean bags and side tables where people can enjoy a drink or have something to eat. It creates a cool vibe, at night time or when it's cold in winter, for people who want to sit down and have a whiskey or a glass of red in front of the fireplace in a really relaxed manner. There's also a custom-built booth seating around the edge of the restaurant, which again is done in the silver top ash timber, and the upholstery will be in a dark denim commercial-grade fabric. Excuse me. The additional seating on the ends of the tables is by another local maker, and these stools are actually designed to be in the shape of a leaf, which is quite nice because it brings an organic form to the otherwise square style of the booth seating and marble table. And all the countertops again will be in the Australian Austral Dream marble, so again it ties in with the lobby space. As does the festoon lighting that you see above the kind of fireplace area and that half of the restaurant. It creates a really nice ambience and adds to creating the feeling of warmth in the space, which is necessary because of the very cool tones and materials used on the walls and floors, being the concrete and the white brick. We need to really bring in that warmth somehow to the space. And in regards to the overall layout, we have moved the entrance to the kitchen to the south wall to allow for better traffic flow between the kitchen and restaurant. And behind the wall here will be a space for cutlery and any other additional dining ware that the wait persons may need. So next we'll move on to, or lastly we'll move on to the materials board for the restaurant. So here we have the dark denim fabric, which is for the booth seating. And for the bar, we have the black corrugated iron for the front, and the green handmade Moroccan tiles for the feature wall, which are by Tiles of Ezra, which is we also have in the lobby area. Then we have the silver top ash timber for all the custom-made furniture in the room. And then we have the Willie Weston fabrics for the low dining chairs at the front, and also for the cushions that are going to sit on the chairs as well. So in summary, I think this space really offers an area, or different areas for different types of people, different requirements, therefore being, really versatile and interesting for both hotel guests and the general public. So that wraps up the final presentation for the Ace Hotel in Collingwood. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to your feedback and moving on to the next stage of this design.